mutiny or something. But yeah, what I didn't like is that as what. Hi guys, I'm Dee, author of the Consumed by Heat series and one half of D&J.
And I'm Jay, the other half of D&J.
And this is D&J Book Chat. Welcome back to our channel. Now if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so that you can be notified when we post new videos. Today we'll be discussing After the Blitz, a clean sports romance by Savannah Adams. After the Blitz follows an injured football star, Chip, on his journey to recovering his memories after being hit on the football field. We follow his journey with Greta, a shy friend from his past that will be helping him to recover his memories and figuring out what his memories were of her, a girlfriend that he happens to have that he cannot remember, and Greta, the one that will turn out to be his true love. Alright, now that's basically this book in a nutshell. It is available on Amazon KU, so if you haven't yet read the book, go ahead and grab it on KU and then come on back to our video and we'll discuss. It's just going to be an open discussion. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't yet read the book, do that first and then come back to our video. All right, James, let's discuss After the Blitz. I think this is your first clean romance, wasn't it?
Hold up, what's a clean romance? Because I remember like some of the novels that I've read in the past has been based on, if it doesn't have just one, not really huge graphic, but a little bit graphic scene of one sex scene, basically.
Well, hey, that's a good segue, guys. I started a new channel for myself. It's an AutoTube channel, but we will be discussing things like what's a clean romance, what's heat level, and what that means. So if you're not sure what a clean romance is, go ahead and check out that video. I'll drop a link to it somewhere below when it comes up. It hasn't been up yet because I just started the channel, but if you follow me on that channel, you'll be able to take a deep dive in what a clean romance is. All right, but in a nutshell, a clean romance is basically a romance without explicit sex scenes. There are different varieties of a clean romance. There are different levels, but it's essentially there's no explicit sex, there's not much explicit language. So you won't find a whole lot of bad words. You probably will find one or two, but you won't find a whole lot. You won't find any detailed sex scenes, basically. Okay. That's it on a nutshell. If you want a deep dive into what it is, be sure to follow me on the other channel and we'll go deeper into it.
Right, so I'm going to say that this is the first novel that I've read that has no scene of sex or anything suggesting that they're doing the dirty deeds except for the ending. But hey, you're like, no, but it didn't even have any form of explanation of what happened. You're just saying all of a sudden, hey, I'm pregnant. But yeah. So I guess I can refer that this is my first clean romance because it had no sex scene whatsoever. And what kind of person do you think I am to constantly be reading books with curse words in it? I am a wholesome boy.
I'm sorry. That one was funny to me. But it wasn't so much about the curse words. It was just you don't read a lot of well, I haven't seen you read a lot of contemporary romance. I know you used to be an avid reader of historical, which most historical romances are clean. Well, back in the day, most of them were clean.
Oh, they were visual. There were some good visual back in the day.
Oh, you do have steamy historical, but I thought you were reading the clean ones back in the day. I wouldn't know. But I was just, see, that's why you shouldn't assume. But yeah, back to After the Blitz. My thoughts on it so far, I enjoyed it. It was an okay read. It's a good book to read, like if you're lounging by the beach. If you're lounging by the beach and you need some relaxation time, it's a good book to take with you. It had the typical amnesia trope. So if you like 50 First Dates, if you loved that movie, this is a good book to read if you loved 50 First Dates. So it's like he took this massive hit and he's trying to piece the pieces of his life together, right? And here comes this girl from the past with a dog that just sparks a lot of memories in him. And it's a YA contemporary, so it's focused on, well, it's a new adult contemporary. probably late YA, early new adult. They're in college, but it's focused on like his interactions with her when they were in high school. She used to be his tutor, so it was just sweet that he could remember stuff about her dog, playing with her dog, playing with Greta, and it just the way the memories came back was interesting to watch. What got me too was the plot point of his his girlfriend. He kept getting messages from this girl. He's starting to fall for Greta, and here, whoops, I apparently have a girlfriend. Now what happens? So it was fun to watch a journey of their back and forth with the girlfriend, with Greta. Yeah, that's some of the stuff I liked. We can talk about some of the stuff I disliked, but James, that was some of the stuff I liked. You were laughing. What? Did I say something wrong? Is it something that I liked that you didn't like?
No, you said that I was having a smutty mind moment, so yeah, excuse me.
Oh dear. I didn't even say he was playing with her dog. I said he remembered playing with her dog. Oh
Still
dear.
Doesn't matter.
Anywho, yeah, so I enjoyed that. Something I didn't like per se was first of all, the book was written well. It was written well. It's a novella, but it felt like a full-length novel. So I'll give them props for that. Savannah did a really good job writing it that way. It was written well. The characters were fleshed out as to what the ending is going to be. Yeah, I knew they were going to get together. That wasn't what I meant. But I could tell from the girlfriend. Okay, so this is a spoiler, guys. So again, if you haven't read it, mute me or something. But yeah, what I didn't like is that
you all the while.
Whatever. As soon as Greta found out that he had a girlfriend, I knew that the girlfriend would have been lying. I just knew from the way the first chapter was presented and the way he was referring to the girl on the sidelines. I can't even remember her name, which is sad. But the way he was talking about the girl on the sidelines and then having her messaging him, the way the messages were always like, it was obvious. It was like, hey baby, that could have been intentional. I don't know if that was intentional. Kudos, you did it. I knew what was going to happen. It was a little bit predictable. I knew she was going to be lying. I knew she wasn't really his girlfriend, or there was something behind it. That little bit was predictable for me, and I didn't like that because, as I said, I read a lot of mystery because I like not knowing what the ending's going. I like being.
But Deidre, what way was she going to go? You know that there was something off because on the beginning of the chapter, it stated that,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the little bit I didn't like because it was predictable because of that. Because of the way he had been talking about her in the beginning. So I would have preferred.
Mm-hmm. How would you change it? Yeah.
I would have preferred if maybe his reaction to her in the beginning didn't tip us off that he didn't like her, and we were led to believe that it was really the girlfriend, and then the plot twist, oh my goodness, they aren't really together. You get me? Or even if she wasn't even mentioned in the beginning at all, and then just got that text message was our introduction to her, then I would have believed fully that that she was the girlfriend, and I would have probably been sympathetic to her until I realized that, hey, I shouldn't really be sympathetic to this girl because she's a pretender. You get me? That's just a personal preference. As I said, I still really did enjoy this book. It was just a personal preference that I would have preferred not being, because I knew, because of the way it was set up, I already knew as soon as she popped up, I already knew that she was lying. So it was like, it took away that bit of intrigue for me.
Not
if
really.
That makes sense.
But here's the thing. What I like, because we didn't get into what I like about the book, but that part.
I thought you did. I thought you were finished. I'm sorry.
No, you're not sorry. But anyway, no. So the point that I like, yes, you did get that point where it that that there was something going on between them in the initial stage, that she was talking to another dude. So that was like a hello, something is going on there. I do like that that the first chapter, the author didn't give us a lot to work with, but you did get the chance that she's talking to another dude, so you know that hint something is going on. Their relationship is on the rocks. When he got the amnesia now and he didn't know anything about this girl, he just knew that this girl doesn't seem like it wasn't for him. you know. So I like the fact that, you know, we were seeing it from his point of view and seeing, you know, him going back into the flow of things and realizing this girl ain't for me. I don't know why I like you. I like this girl more than I like you. So I like the amnesia trope. I didn't know that it was a trope before, but I do like it, and I like the fact. I think it picked up for me when I was relearning things from his point of view.
Yeah, but I liked all of that too. As I said, it was just that little thing, and that's a personal preference. So I didn't even use that. I didn't even use that as a negative per se. It was just a personal preference. It's other people, no one else in the world may even have that little nitpick because, as I said, call me strange. It was just my personal.
Strange. I'm calling you strange. A lot.
Oh Lord. Anyway, that's fine. Being normal is vastly overrated. But now that we've discussed, do you have anything else to say before we go into our ratings?
Yes. You know what I like?
What?
I like the fact that I dislike the girlfriend that, you know, that was coming into his life. I don't remember what her name was.
Oh, that's the thing. So you liked what I didn't like. That's what I was trying to say.
Huh?
I was trying to say. I didn't like the fact that she was painted in a bad light from the jump. That we were forced to dislike her. I would have preferred to have had her painted like in a sympathetic light first, and then we gotten the chance. Like she did what she did, and then we decided, okay, we don't like this girl before. Rather than being fed with her that, hey, you shouldn't like her. That's what I didn't like. So you did like what I didn't like. That's what I was
that's not what I'm getting at. I just enjoyed the character, you know. It's just ganging up on her and disliking her even more, you know. Sorry, but it's the guy in me that was just saying this. You shouldn't trust these women, you know. These girls ain't loyal. I was having now that's the clean version that I'm gonna go with, and that in terms of that but when I was reading it, I was cussing this girl dog rotten. I'm like, yo, this dirty. All right, let's move on there. Yeah.
All right. Well, now that we've discussed our ratings of the book, or thoughts on the book, let's go ahead and discuss our star ratings. So James, what are you rating After the Blitz?
I'm gonna go with a 3.
Okay. Any reason behind that, or are you just leaving it back?
No,
just a 3.
Okay. So I like the fact that it's my first clean, very, very, very clean book, because there was no form of love making anywhere whatsoever. And I did like the fact that even though there's no curse words or no love, I actually
there's love. You mean
love
sex?
Yes. Oh, baby. Yeah. I did like it. Surprising. It was like a cooler, fresher, not, you know, having this anticipation that, you know, of the whole sex. I did enjoy it. It's just focused on the romance, and again, I'm not the whole lovey-dovey type of person, but I think this type of a book, I did enjoy it, and I enjoyed the story, which is always a factor. If it's once I enjoy the story, I'm loving the book. So yeah.
All right. Okay. And for me, it's a 4-star read. I enjoyed the book. As I said, I only had one little nitpick, and it was just that we were made to hate the antagonist. We didn't have a choice in the matter, right? But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and that little nitpick, it was just for me. So it's a 4-star read for me. I think it's a great book to read if you love clean romance. It was actually true to its genre. It was clean. You know, there are lots of books out there that say that they're clean when they're not really. It was a clean read. You could read this if you were a teenager. You could read this if you were an adult. It's an all-round wholesome read. So I enjoyed that for it, right? I also enjoyed the fact that it was the amnesia trope. I'm a sucker for the amnesia trope. I love 50 First Dates. I just love amnesia movies, amnesia books. It was good to me, right? So for that reason, it was a 4 from me. So that's a 3 from J, a 4 from D, which makes it a 3.5 star read for D and J. Yeah. All right, now What do you think? Have you read After the Blitz? Did you enjoy this book? Do you have anything to add? Go ahead and let us know in the comments. Go ahead and start a discussion. We'd love to hear your opinions, and we'd love to let you know what we think about your opinions. All right, and what should they do, Jay?
Subscribe and continue listening to my wonderful voice.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and ding that bell so that you'll be the first persons to be notified when we upload. Thank you so much for tuning in to D&J's Book Chat, and until next time. Bye, guys.